I mean, like, can you believe this shit?
Can you fucking believe it?
I can't believe this shit.
That,
like,
that I've been able to do.
Just the place where we from and where we come from. Like, everyone has that story, right? We all from tough locations, and that's just the way the world was set up. But just like the things that we were able to overcome and where we sit now today, you know, and as far as like, you know, success, I just look at it like all the people that I was inspired by, like Muhammad Ali was like, he gave me my bravado. You know, I'm like, when people see that I'm like, I have total belief in myself, not because it comes from a place of like arrogance and just this pompousness. It's just like, I felt proud, like in a time when we all were being called ugly, when Muhammad Ali was like, I'm so pretty, I'm the greatest. And like people paid to see him lose. That's what was drawing his fights. Like people were coming there to see him lose because he was so confident in his ability, and not from a place of arrogance, because he knew he put the work in. One, and two, he lifted us all up. So, you know, I hope that at the end of this journey, or however it ends out, like I represent that to, you know, as well, like a piece of that. Even that, if you look back to Reasonable Doubt, listen, like even the songs that were like more braggadocious and out there and about money were really more so directed at like the system in America. Like you put us in these situations and you handcuffed us and you put it behind our back, and we still made our way. You guys took the music, took the drums, we beat on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you stole you made like blackface, we created soul music. You gave us scrap, we made soulful. Like everything that was presented to us, we made a way. We made a way. So even in those songs, it's like almost like a like a peacock, like spreading his wings. Like, you know, we made it. Like, so the transition has happened. You know, because with more information that you get, you evolve and you grow. Absolutely. But even my first album came out in 26. So politics as usual. And those songs really dealt with it. Regrets on the last song on my first album, you know, those are real topics. The evils, you know, just talking about, you know, the relationship and how money can come between friends. You know, we haven't had money for a long time, so we don't know we're not professionals at navigating how to communicate from that space. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like you know, you'll have people that where you come from, if you behave in a certain manner, it's not accustomed to where they are. Right? Some people haven't evolved past 16. They're still stuck in that place. But you evolving every year. So that may be a threat to them. Subconsciously or consciously, they kept acting funny because blah, blah, blah. You have to navigate that. You have cousins. You got to go home for Thanksgiving and people are talking to you like Kevin Hart. And you going home for solace. You want family.
You're going home for peace of mind.
You're going home for peace of mind.
And they don't give you that because you're not.
The cousins in your grandma's living room saying, yo, man, I got this play. I want to, if you just give me, you know what I mean? 4,800, I could make you 2 million. You like, it don't work like that, fam. You got to explain to him like, life isn't like that. Money isn't free and no one's giving out opportunities. If it sounds too good to be true, it's really, and then he like, oh, you don't believe in my dreams. In the beginning, it's about you and your circle, okay? Right? You take your circle, you got the people that grind with you every day and share your dreams and slept on the floor with you, and you know, and then you make it out. And then you look and he's like, okay, what else? Right? What else? Like, how else can I be of service? You know, and as you move further and further away from, you achieve these goals that you thought were, you know, unattainable in the beginning, and you achieve them. And then you look around and you say, okay, how can we duplicate this? The reason we created Rock Nation was to be able to say, okay, this is all the information we gathered. Here it is, Rihanna. Here it is, Kanye. You know, whomever, right? Like, and just like, here's the information. So if we achieve those goals at 36, you do it at 26. Jeez. You know, and if we made, you know, if we created a $1 billion company, you create a $7 billion
We're giving you the infrastructure that we know works, but we're embedding it to you at a young age so that it works earlier for you and that you can succeed and surpass what we've done.
Yeah, because they're building off, you know, had you had someone at 26 or earlier to say, you know, here's Kev Hart Productions, this is how you do it. You don't want to need the back end. You want to create the content. You want to own the content. You want to take it here, et cetera, et cetera. If you had someone just to give you that roadmap has been given to people since the beginning of time. We just was never
privy to it.
What it was like, it would, you know, happen at the same time. I think from the beginning, because we came from a street and a hustler's mentality, you know, it allowed us to think differently about the business. And on top of that, we couldn't get a record deal. It wasn't as if we came with this brilliant idea. We just used like, they say necessity is the mother of invention. Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So we were forced to either give up on the dream or to create our own lane. And because we had, this entrepreneur's mentality, we created our own lane. So we had started from 96, and then the informations. Then you just get closer and you're like, oh, there's other things. And then being curious. You got to stay forever curious. You can't just, a lot of times, we settle. We get happy with the position and we think we made it when we just, like you said, there's another door. There's another thing. There's another door to open, and to open not just for yourself, for the next generation, of entertainers, of, great creative minds. And we have a responsibility. That's the responsibility that we have. It's not a burden. It's actually a privilege that we have the responsibility to, usher in this whole new generation, because it's still all new to us. Rap is 40 years old. No, it's gonna be 50. 50 years old. That's still pretty young, and you building on that. You're building on Red Fox and his entrepreneurship, and Eddie and the way he set up his deals, and Richard Pryor, and all those guys. And the information comes as you seek.
How to spend money.
But this thing about this younger generation, they have the information, right? Because it's at their fingertips, right? And they are bold, right? Because they believe they have more information than us at that time. And in some ways they do, But information without understanding is nothing, right? Because on a cigarette box, it has, this can kill you, and people still smoke. So it's not just information. It gotta be understanding of information and who it's coming from. So I speak to a lot of young guys, and they're curious. They're curious, and they've seen, they grew up in a time where the banks collapsed and all these things happen, so they don't really have a trust of the generation before them. No. They're like, no,
you did it wrong.
Create a whole system. We need a whole new system because you guys went too far with it, which is super exciting. It's super exciting to see where they're gonna take it. But I do see that, and I'm honored by that. And thank you for those words. And I'm honored by that. And, I'm conscious of it. And, I'm conscious of it. And I constantly want to live up to that position, above and beyond just being successful. Like, how successful can you be? It's just like, okay, another one, another number one. It's another number one. At some point, it's like, what are we doing this for? And it has to be a bigger goal than shiny things, shiny objects. Yeah, it's a great time.
Bigger question for you right now. Are you retired?
No, I tried that. I'm terrible at that.
I was about to say,
I found one thing.
You announced it.
Yeah.
You announced it.
Yeah,
you said, I'm retired. You made the world say, oh, shit, damn, farewell.
I just needed a break.
Okay.
But I really thought that, I was really burnt out at that time. I was releasing an album every year, 96, 97, 98. And then in between that, soundtracks, other people's albums, Rockefeller, touring, like back to back. And I just looked up one day and I was like, I'm tired. I had never been on a vacation till like, I want to say 2000, like my whole life. And, I was just really burnt out at that moment. And
how long do you think the break was that you took?
Strange thing about this, and I'll tell you this, it's a real deep thing, because of how I grew up. I was always super highly aware. You had to be to survive what I survived. But there was a point of knowing and execution that I had to figure out, right? An example, in a song called Lost One, I said, can't run from the pain, run towards it.
Okay.
And Tata came to me and he told me, man, I went to see my mom based on what you said. He hadn't seen his mom. His mom passed away. He went to go see his mom. And I hadn't gone to see my nephew. So here it is. I said this in a song. I know what to do, but I wasn't, I hadn't matured to the point where I can really do it.
You can actually go and do it.
The execution of that. It was so much pain there that I couldn't do it, but I knew it was the right thing to do, right? So even that, like, think about that. Knowing and doing it's not close. You think it's this close.
Far.
It's this far.
Yeah.
It's far.
Yeah.
So I knew the right thing to do, but I wasn't able to do it 2 years later. I mean, finally went, most painful thing ever. I've been multiple times since, but the fact that I was saying that, knowing it, so that's, again, like you were saying about self-awareness, that's a big checkpoint for me. That was one of the times where I had to, okay, you can't just be saying these things and not like really living it, because this is having an impact on people you love. Like this changed. I felt horrible and great at the same time. I felt great that I was able to give him that information to make him get over, to allow him, to allow him to get over that hurdle. It's like really like things don't happen to you, they happen for you. That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good. No matter what it looks. I mean, you know, they say you want to make God laugh. Tell them your plans, right? You can't control the future. I mean, you can control it up to some point. You can't control what others do. You can't control anything. Someone can run a red light, and that's the end of everything. You know, you only can control what you can control. So things don't happen to you; they happen for you. So when you look at those situations, I had the similar situation with my pop not being around as well, and then, you know, what cracked the code for me was like really. Like, what was he going through? I took it like,
from that perspective.
Yeah, it was like, it's happening to me. He's doing this to me. And when I looked at it from his position, like my dad wasn't around and, you know, all these things happened. And then when I took a further look, my uncle, his younger brother got killed. So he spent all his nights like looking for and the cops didn't do anything. So the killer's like roaming the neighborhood. So he's going out in the middle of the night and he's looking for the guy who killed his little brother. Right, but he has a family. So my mom is looking at him like, what you want? She don't have the language or the tools to tell him, man, we love you. We don't want nothing to happen to you. We need you, right? So how it comes out to her is, where the hell you going? You got kids here. And how it sounds to him is, you want me to choose between you and my baby brother,
you don't give a shit
who I was supposed to protect, right? Now there's the fracture, right? So among other things, you know, there is relationship, and there's their relationship, not ours. Not ours as children, it's their relationship. So there's a fracture in that relationship. And, you know, things happen. And you're a result of those things. So you feel like, boy, dad's not around. It would have been dope if he'd have been able to take me to a baseball game and all these things. And then life on top of that. Like, he can't get a job. You know, the guy at the office is cursing him out, making him feel less than a man, but he got to take it because he needs the $12.50 an hour. He needs the $6.50 an hour at that time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So life beating him down. So he comes home, he's defeated. He don't, you know, he's supposed to pick you up on Saturday. He's exhausted. You know, like, so we don't factor those things in.
You don't look at things through those lenses.
Yeah. So, you know, seeing things from other people's perspective, it's the answer to it's a long answer, but seeing things from other people's perspective and what other people are going through, you know, it helps me a lot. You know, it helps me a lot. Another story for me, you know, I probably told this story before, but I'm in the club. There was the days when you would perform and stay in the bar. You know, you wouldn't leave. It was no big time. You perform.
Thank you.
You walk off the stage and go to the bar. And like, you just hanging out with everybody else. And